It's the International Soccer Preview. We are Soccer Files Canada. This is a short version predicting Ghana's starting players. Here we go. Going to do our spotlight review. That's for a bit of fun. We're going to predict who we think the starters are going to be. So I'm actually going to start with the manager, and over the course of doing this mediacast here, I've kind of become a bit doubtful. Ghana and other African teams sometimes do change their manager shortly before the cup, and there are so many positions kind of in doubt here. It was a bit chaotic before the 2022 World Cup, and I'm sure they wanted to see a bit more stability under Chris Hughton. And I'm not seeing that stability. There's only a few positions that seem to be nailed down. Some of them are not his fault because of injury and stuff like that. But I would not be shocked to see them replace the manager even at this late stage. Just a slight chance of that, but I'm not confident enough to put Chris Hughton in green there. And you'll see a bit more what we mean as we go through this spotlight review. So in the goalkeeper position, we have three candidates actually with pretty good claims on the goal: Ati Ziggy and Wallacott and Richard Ofori, who came in for the last two games there. And given what we said about them here, I'm not willing to kind of predict which of the three are going to start. So nothing there for goalkeepers. For central defence, it's kind of the same, but in this case it's largely due to injuries. So if they were fit, we would probably put Daniel Amarte there at least. And but again, we have three candidates with fitness issues, and then two who were brought in at the end probably because of the fitness issues. So we're not willing to really predict the starter for that one too. Okay, so we'll have to see when we get closer to the cup here. At left back, though, we do have a pretty definite candidate in Gideon Mensah. Baba Ramyan was what we thought for 2022. Gideon Mensah, we think, has taken over the spot and will be the starter. On the right, we think it is going to be a rotation between central defender, or the player coded as central defender, Aladou Seydou and Dennis Odoi. And so really, that's not kind of hesitating in our guesses. We really do think it will be a rotation between the two of them. The blue, what we have for central midfielders, is a bit of hesitancy. We think Thomas Partey would be a definite, but there's a bit of an injury doubt hanging over him. And as far as Mohamed Kudus goes, we think he's going to definitely be a starter. We just don't know what position it's going to be. So he has played as a central midfielder, and we kept him coded as that here. But really, we think he's more of an attacking midfielder, and equally may start in an attacking midfield or more attacking role than as a central midfielder here. So we leave Thomas Partey and Mohamed Kudus as a blue highlight, but not confident enough to put any of them as a definite or a green highlight. We are confident enough to put Jordan Ayew as a left winger, and we're kind of fudging a little bit there because we don't think he'll necessarily start on the left wing. It's quite possible he will play right wing or even centre forward, but we are confident that he will be a starting player in the cup, and quite possibly on the left wing. We saw the right wing position is a bit chaotic with all sorts of players coming in and out. We can't even nominate really a character or a candidate there. In fact, Jordan Ayew has been the player who's played there the most amongst many others, but we already have him as our left winger, so we can't have him as both. Again, not confident enough to nominate a starter there, and so we're going to leave it blank. Central attacking midfielder, we think that is going to be a shared position if they use it. The question there is whether they will have the formation that uses a central attacking midfielder. If they do, we think the position will be shared between Andre Ayew and Mohamed Kudus. So we have Mohamed Kudus in blue as a central midfielder and as a central attacking midfielder. So both of those things add up to a definite. We do think Mohamed Kudus will be a starter. And the forward position is quite firm. Inaki Williams, we think he will be the starter there and are quite confident in that. Okay, well, that brings us to the end. If you like what you hear, check out the full version on YouTube or podcast by searching International Soccer Preview.